Hello everyone, in today's video I am breaking down the income for week number 2 of January. So this is for the second week of January. In today's video I'm stuffing a total of $1,313 worth of income. If you guys have not caught my most recent uploads, I do have several that I just put out over the past week and a half. They include my bill swap and cash unstuffing for the month of December. I have a video where I count all of my savings challenges, and then I do have the cash stuffing for the first week of January also on my channel. I am finally caught up, so moving forward we should have a good regular schedule for uploads, but let's go ahead and get this money counted. We will get organized and we'll get stuffing. Alrighty, y'all, and I actually did forget to include my daily income for you guys. So let me go over that really quickly. Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am just gonna say I made $250 each day because $750 of this is actually from whenever I was gone to Europe. I had put money aside. I put $2,000 aside. Last week I stuffed the $1,250. This week includes $750 of that. And then on Friday, I made $180, and then Saturday, I made $383. So that is what brings it to the $1,313 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50, 70, 97, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 8, 10, 30, 50, 70, 99, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 1010, 30, 50, 70, 90, 11, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 12, 10, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, 1300, 5, 10, 1, 2, 3 is 13. So $1,313 here. And y'all, getting into this new year, I do need to make some changes to my setup here. Someone had mentioned something about how long these pumpkins have been up, and it's been way too long. I just haven't gotten a chance to get to Target or somewhere to buy new little desk decor, so that is on my list, but it just hasn't gotten done quite yet. I do want to change the setup here. I do love this mat. It is reversible, so I might change it back over to the other side, but I'm kind of liking the gray, so what I might do is just change the decor up here. Now, this week we aren't working with a lot of change, so I'm kind of nervous about that because last week we weren't working with a lot of change either. So I might have to make change there in the video just so you guys are aware. But let's go ahead and get straight into bills. So starting off with rent. Rent this week is getting $300. I am trying to get further ahead in these bill envelopes, so that is my goal for this year. Unfortunately, I have not gotten to sit down and actually write out my goals for this year, but that is something I plan on doing. I'm going to go ahead and just do 300s. So $300 going into rent. That brings this envelope to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 40, 60, 80, 19. So $1,900 now in my rent envelope. Subscriptions is up next, and it's getting $10. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop a $10 bill in here. That brings subscriptions now to $120.35, so $135 now in subscriptions. Cell phone is up next, and it is getting $25. Let's do, I think I only have a couple of 5s, but I also think I only have a couple of 10s as well. However, I'm going to go ahead and put this 5 back, and I'm going to grab 30 instead. So a 20 and a 10. That brings cell phone now to 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 300 now in cell phone. The next envelope is my electric. I did just pull out money to pay my electric bill recently. So going in here today is $35. I could do a 50. No, I'm going to save that for later. I'm going to do 35. I'm going to do 40 instead. So I'm going to grab 2 20s, 1 and 2. And that brings electric now to 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 210. So $210 now in electric. For childcare, I'm going to throw 75 in here. So I'm going to do 80. Try to get as many 10s, 5s, and 1s back up there as possible. 20, 40, 60, and 80. And that brings childcare now to 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80. $480 now in childcare. Internet is getting 10. So I'm going to pull, is that my last 10 that I have there? It is. I'm going to go ahead and pop it in this envelope. Internet now has 1, 20, 35, so 135 now in here. And then dental insurance is getting $5. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a $5 bill in here. And that brings dental insurance now to 20, 40, 55. Now I am supposed to be putting $10 in health. Do I have a 10? Oh, perfect. I'm going to pull this 10, put it back up here, scoot this over, and then grab a 20 instead, which brings health insurance to 51, 20, 40, 60. So 160 now in health insurance. Lastly, in this binder is investing, and it's getting $250. Let me do 260, and I'm going to grab one of these hundreds. Do I need to, maybe I'll grab 2 of these hundreds actually. I'll grab 2 hundreds, and then I'll do 2, 1, 2, 3 20s. So 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 260 going in here. That brings investing now to 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85. So 500 now in there. And then of course, lastly in this binder is just my income envelope. Now y'all, I've had a really good run these past few months, but we are slowing down at my job. So you'll probably notice that my stuffings are going to be diminished as far as the income goes. They will be a lot less. That includes this week. I'm sure I've only worked 1 day this week, but it was really, really slow. Now we do have a winter storm here in Texas that's probably affecting that a little bit, but January just tends to be a really slow month for us in general. So I've actually been considering doing some side hustles, maybe doing like DoorDash or Uber Eats. If any of you guys have any experience with either of those or doing any kind of side hustles, please let me know down below, because I've been doing some research and I just can't figure out which app I want to try, if I want to try multiple apps, if I even want to do it. So if you have any experience, positive or negative, please drop it down below. And really quickly, I think my cup over here is leaking. Give me 1 second, I'm going to clean this up. Alrighty, hopefully it doesn't continue to do that. I don't know what's going on there, but I have my hot tea over here. Whenever we went to London, we had so much hot tea and I kind of fell in love with drinking hot tea. So I've been drinking more of it. I am a coffee lover. Don't get me wrong. Still love my coffee. And my boyfriend got me a beautiful Breville espresso machine that I use daily. But I do love the idea of coffee in the afternoon because caffeine kind of, I'm getting older now, so it has an effect on me whenever it's later at night. So I've been drinking my hot tea. But let's go ahead and get into cash envelopes. So gas is completely funded with $30. We're not going to throw anything else in there. Out of groceries, I do need to pull these couple of dollar bills that I have to throw them in my $1 challenge. And then I'm gonna add $80 to this. So I'm just gonna do 4 20s because I don't have a ton of change. So 20, 40, 60, and 80 going into groceries. And then now my spending, I have leftover from last week, but I'm going to roll that over. And I'm going to add $40 to this. I'm going to be going out with some friends this week. So I'm assuming I'm going to be spending a little bit more money this week. I want to go ahead and have as much in here as possible. 20, 40, 60, $80 now in personal spending. Up next is date night, and it's getting $25. However, I think I have a 5 in here, so I'm going to do... Actually, I have 15 in here, so I'm going to do 40 instead. I'm going to put these 2 back, and I'm going to grab 40. So 20 and 40. That brings date night, and this is an envelope for my boyfriend and I just to go on dates. It brings us to 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Now, we are trying to save money this year. I've been mentioning it to you guys probably in every video, but Our goal this year is to really save money and focus on more things that are going to be for our future and not so much the present, which is what I've been doing with my vacations, which I love my vacations. I do have one planned this year, but we are trying to save as much as possible. That's why I kind of like this envelope, because we're not going to do as many big things, but at least if we have something to do, maybe once or twice a month, I'll pull it from here. Next up is my Zora envelope. I did spend some money this current week that I need to pull out of here later. So I'm going to go ahead and put $25 back in here just to keep this funded. I'll do a 20 and a 5. We got some worms and roaches and some new little feeding bowls for our geckos. $20, $40, $60, $75 now in here. And then in tithes, I'm going to do a $10 bill. So I'm going to put this one back and just grab a 20. And tithes now has 20. Now I need to go ahead and throw these $2 in my $1 challenge before I finish this binder up. So let me just throw that in there. And we are starting this anew, so this will be counted at the end of the year, as will my $5 challenge. A total of $180 went into cash envelopes, which leaves $413 remaining for sinking funds. Getting into my Saveopoly challenge, we have $15 left over from last week, which should cover almost any spot except for the go to jail one. So let me grab this out of here. I'm going to get my die. And let me erase this and see where we end up this week. So going into Saveopoly this week is going to be, oops, let me do that again. 4, so we were on save 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 is save $10. Let me just mark my spot there. And what I'm actually going to do, one of you guys had a really great idea, which I cannot believe I haven't thought of because I did it for my mystery challenge, but I'm going to try this for a couple of weeks where I roll ahead of time. That way I know exactly how much to put in for my Saveopoly challenge into the next week. Really quickly, I'm going to write that I put 10 in here, but I am going to go ahead and roll for my next week's cash stuffing. So I'm going to go ahead and just erase this really quickly. I'm going to roll, and that'll tell me how much I need to put aside for next week. So I'm going to try it out. If it doesn't work, I can always change it, but it was a great idea, and I just want to give it a go. 5 from 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will need to save $20 next week, which I can go ahead and budget, and it makes it easier so I don't have to reallocate my funds after I roll. But I do need to figure out where to put $5 really quick for this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and figure that out, and I will be right back. Alrighty, y'all, I decided to throw it in car maintenance, but staying in this binder, this is my long-term sinking fund binder. In annual fee, I'm going to put $6 in here. So what I'm going to do is, how many ones do I have? I do need a couple more ones for my emergency fund challenge. So I'm going to put these 4 ones back and just grab a 10 instead. And then that'll bring this envelope to $15. Now, skipping over memberships, tattoo fund, dental fees, I'm going to go into my car maintenance envelope and throw $5 in here. So we'll do a $5 bill. That brings car maintenance to $255, so $255. And then I'm throwing $5 in the next 3 as well. So in new car, I think I have a 5 in here, so I'm going to do a 10 instead. So $210 now in new car. And then new home, same situation. I should have a 5 in here, which I'm going to replace with a $10 bill. And there's $210 in this envelope as well. And the last 5 is going into wedding. So I think I have another 5, which I'm going to replace with a 10. In wedding, we now have 1, 2, 350, 360 now in my wedding envelope, which is for a future wedding. The future children envelope is getting $25 this week. So let's do, oh, do I want to do, I do. I think what I'm going to do is instead of 25, I'm going to put 25 back up here I'm also going to put a 50 back up here, and then I'm just going to grab this 100. So now in my baby envelope is $400. Next up is my emergency fund challenge. I am doing $24 a week for the year 2022. I'm rolling it over from last year when I did $23 a week. So going in here is $24, so a 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings emergency fund now to 20, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So $48 in this challenge now. My Roth is getting, oh darn it, I should have saved that 100. I don't know what I was thinking. That's okay, I'll use 20s. 125 going in here. So let's do these 20s and a 5. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. And then a $5 bill. Oh yeah, $5 bill is good. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. And that brings my Roth now to 1, 2, 3, 4,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 5, 50. So $5,150 now in my Roth. Next up is my son's envelope. He's getting 25. So let's do a 20 and a 5. Oh, there we go. Left some behind. That brings his envelope now to 1, 2, 3,000, 5, 6, 20, 45, 50. So 3,650. Is that what I got? Yes, $3,650 now in my son's envelope. All right, that does it for this binder. Let's move into my short-term sinking fund binder. Starting in Christmas, I'm throwing $25 in here. So let's do a 20 and a 5. Starting this over again. I think I have about 51 weeks to save for this. Christmas, obviously, is at the end of the year. And I think if I save $25 a week, I'll have like $1,250, which is great. So $20, $45, $50 now in Christmas to get this started. Skipping over the next couple, I guess the next 3, medical, vacation, and clothing. I'm going to go ahead and throw 50 into birthdays. My son's birthday is next week, and we want to do a party for him. So I need to buy cake, balloons, the whole 9. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. That brings birthdays now to 1, 50, 70, 90, to 10, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90. That is 300 now in there. Holiday fund's getting skipped, but in household essentials, I'm going to go ahead and throw just 3 random dollars in there that I had left over. So 1, 2, and 3. That brings household essentials to 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3. So $53 in this envelope. Let's see. Home decor is getting skipped, as is registration. We're good on that. Car insurance. Now, I did tell you guys recently that I'd have to pay my next 6-month policy very soon. I went ahead and did that. It was a little early, but I went ahead and just put all this money towards that next 6-month policy. So now that this one's depleted, we're going to add $50 to it to get the next 6 months started. So that one now has 50 in it. And then in sports and clubs, I am throwing $25 in here. So we'll do a 20 and a 5. Did I miss something? There's too much money up there. Oh my gosh, because I didn't put the money in my Saveopoly. That's so silly. Okay, y'all, anyway, let's finish this up. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 5, 45. $145 now in sports and clubs. I got so distracted by doing my roll for next week that I completely forgot to put the $10 in there. But that's okay, at least I figured it out. Self-care is getting $25. So a 20 and a 5. And that brings this envelope to 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. I did just get my nails done again. These are my real nails. Super happy with them. I love the red, but I think I might go back to the French tip next time because that was one of my favorites. That does it for this envelope. So really quickly, I'm gonna go back into my long-term sinking funds and put that $10 into my Saveopoly challenge. Alrighty, now that does do it for this week's cash stuffing. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you liked it, please drop an apple randomly down below just because. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you in a future video. Bye.